While we're out here and we're talking about all these clippers, man, you're gonna notice that the Mythic, the Apex, and the Saber, they look very similar. And I can understand how this might be confusing to some of you guys. We're gonna go through each of these three machines and I'm gonna tell you which one might be right for you. So let's start with the Mythic. First off, it's kind of big. Let's say I compare it to the Andis Masters, right? It's a lot longer than the Andis Masters. It's a lot heavier than the Andis Masters. This is by far the most heavy. Now, some people really like this. So for instance, I was watching the Get Beam tutorial the other day, and I was kind of surprised that he said the Mythic was his favorite clipper. Now, this thing is durable as hell. I did run it over with my truck because I was pretty sure it would survive, and it did. And this is actually the one that I did run over with my truck, which is why it has scratches and cracks and stuff. But it still works perfect, and I ain't got no complaints about quality control. And in fact, I noticed that Babyliss used the truck to run something over shortly thereafter. Along with the Mythics, here's all your stats. This is what you're getting. This is your battery life. This thing will fade really good. It's really heavy. And because of that, I think that's why some people are gonna like it, because if it's more heavy, you're gonna have a little bit more control. Same great body, no micro USB charging, but you do get a stand, and none of that is gonna change with any of the other two. So let's run through the other two. Let's move on to the Saber, all right? So the Saber, where this one wins is it's got 6 hours of battery life and it has a brushless motor. And if you're concerned about noise, the noise level on the Saber and the Mythic are very comparable. They're very comparable. If anything, in the shop here, to my ear, it feels like this one's more quiet. Let's check that out. Chad just let me take the other. This is the other Mythic, the one that didn't get run over. 70 dB, 64 dB, so it is a little bit quieter. Apex is 68. So that's actually kind of surprising, because if you would have asked me before I did this video which one was the loudest, I probably wouldn't have said Myth. None of them are very loud to the point where you wouldn't want to use them. Now, I'm talking about weight for a second. Out of these three clippers, which one weighs the most? Definitely going to be the Mythic. The Mythic comes in at 467 grams. The Apex comes in at 418 grams. And the Saber also comes in at 418 grams. So the Saber and the Apex are both about the same weight. And obviously the Mythic is gonna be the most heavy. Mythic, we have a magnetic motor. It has very few moving parts, comes with a fade blade, and everything else in the box is the same, so I'm not even gonna get into that. It is definitely the heaviest one, and it is the loudest of the three, all right? But other than that, it's not very loud, so don't let that scare you away. It might give you a little bit more control cutting with it, and I also noticed that Get Beamed listed this as his favorite clipper. So, great machine for the right person. Personally, my least favorite.
Okay, so another thing that's pretty cool is you can mix and match all the cases, and I actually don't even use the screws. I just keep one of the rubber bands on here. But basically, this pops out, and then the motor actually pops out super easy too. So if you liked that case, you could actually take this motor and you could put it on any other case. So that's how I got my Mythic all kind of styled out. I never did anything with this one, but you know, that's why my Saber is a different color. This is actually a Mythic bottom. So put that back in there, and this on top. And then so that I can change them out as frequently as I like, I just keep the rubber band on here, and that's it.
Saber's kind of in a league of its own. It cuts kind of forgiving. It definitely doesn't seem to have the power that the other two have when it comes to debulking, but that 6 hours of battery life, and out of these three, this is the one that I use the most. Onto the brushless motor. Now the brushless motor, this cuts a little different than probably mostly anything you've used. It's fairly light, it cuts well, feels good in the hand just like all of them do because they have the same form factor, but there's something very forgiving about this. And when you pair this with a taper blade, this is just a match made in heaven. Probably should have came with a taper blade, but it didn't. So the Saber and the Mythic, they come in at $229.95. And the cheaper one is actually the Apex, which comes in at only $219. But the Saber came with a fade blade, as well as the Mythic came with a fade blade also. And so did the Apex. Wait a minute, they all come with the same blade, they all come with the same blade, so there's really no reason to even talk about the blades. The 6 hours of runtime makes this one kind of the one that really stands out to me, but if you need to take care of some more bulk, we're gonna have to move on to the next one.
The last one on the list.
Be the Apex. Now the Apex shares its motor with the Rebel, and if you guys wanna see a true breakdown, I'll share it with you right here. You guys can check out that video, but the truth is, the Apex is a great machine. It's got a lot of power. It does have 4 hours of runtime, and that's one of the reasons why it costs a little bit more than the Rebel. But we're not talking about the Rebel. We're talking about which one is right for you out of these three. And if I had to say, I wanted to save just a little bit more money, the Apex is not a bad deal. You're saving like almost 10 bucks. Now, what's my personal favorite? I would give the nod to the Saber. I absolutely love this clipper. I love how forgiving it is. And the majority of the time, I'm using this thing for blending. That's why I like this one. I could use this one all day in the shop. I actually use this one sometimes all week in the shop. 6 hours of runtime is a significant amount of runtime, and it's just about the right weight for me. So personally, out of these three, I would pick the Saber if you guys were in the market. However, if you need something a little bit more powerful, I would go with the Apex or the Mythic. The Mythic seems to just plow through hair too. And if you really like something heavy, if you like that corded master feeling, if you like that wall senior feeling, you're probably really going to like the Mythic. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you make your decision on which one is right for you. And if you're looking outside of this video and you want to check out what the best clippers of 2022 are, you want to see them all ranked, nice little graphics, you know, the whole nine, check out this video, and we'll be back at you with another video soon. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber, and please smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and drop a comment. Let me know which one is your favorite, and if you think I did a good video on this, let's see if I can make you guys, let's see if you guys watched the whole video. Drop the comment, Barber Tuition Initiative, hashtag Barber Tuition Initiative, or hashtag BTI down below, and you will be entered for a chance to win one of these three machines of your choice. So I'm gonna select the winner from the comment section, and let's see who watches the full videos. Hope that you guys enjoyed this. Drop the comment, hashtag BTI Barber Tuition Initiative. And if you don't know what that is, check out this little clip. Peace. Extraordinary things can happen with an army behind you. I was here to let you know that I paid off your barber tuition in full.
You're lying.
But how did we get here? 1 year ago on the YouTube Barber Academy channel, we started the Barber Tuition Initiative, and we collected contributions from all of you. After that, we found a school, found a student, hired 2 cameramen, drove 3.5 hours, and delivered the tuition, along with gifts for everybody in the class. Special thanks goes out to Shear Police, who donated 17 pairs of shears, Gamma, who donated 17 pairs of electric shavers and trimmers, and 614 Barber Supply, who gave all the students a $25 gift card, along with other supplies. For information on how you can get involved, reach out to me or contribute to the fundraiser link, which you will find in the description box of all my latest videos on the YouTube Barber Academy channel.